How's it on YouTube? Peter here from Triple G Comics. Welcome back. Thanks very much for joining us. So, interesting video for you today. Where I live in sunny Newcastle, we quite regularly have comic conventions, and you'll have seen some of my videos on comic cons where I've been to, and basically there's like one comic seller. So I always found those a little bit disappointing. We also have local toy fairs. Now, up until recently, I've not really been into toys, but because of, I'm going to blame Luke. Because of Luke from Hyra Collectibles, I've started picking up more toys, so it's Luke's fault. And I've noticed that there was a toy fair nearby where I live. So I decided to go and visit that. Now, I'm irritated to all hell because that toy fair happens every 2 months. My comic convention happens every 6 months. Comic convention has one comic seller. The toy fair was absolutely chock-a-block with comic sellers. So much so, I picked up 1 or 2 books. Yeah, so, I mean, that's tremendous, but it's slightly irritating to us in that I've missed probably some great books over the years by not going to the toy fair. So we'll go through the comics in a minute. I'm not going to put up individual pictures of the comics on this video because there's too many really, so I'll just fly through them and let you know what I've got. I think I've got some good ones, but we'll have to just see. But it was a toy fair, so did I buy any toys? Of course I did. I went specifically looking for toys that were associated with cartoons from the 80s. You know, I collect my He-Man, my Thundercats, all that kind of jazz. I've got some of the key figures for those series, but I fancied picking up, if I could, some of the other characters. Not a great deal of that, if I'm being honest. And there was a couple of sellers, but not much. A lot of the stuff was kind of metal cars and dinky cars. I can't speak. Trains and that kind of stuff. But that said, I did still pick up some cracking figures. So basically, I got a load of Masters of the Universe figures. Look at that! Look at that! I can't remember what he's called. I think he's called Manatee or something, or Manat. Put a comment if you remember what he's called. He's googly eyes. Yeah, so picked him up. All of these figures that I've picked up were around about £3 to £10, so I don't think that was bad value. I picked up a fair few of them, and the lady knocked off a fire anyway as well, so I got them cheaper than that probably. So good value with these. So yeah, so that's the first one from, I think, Horak's Army, from what I remember. I don't know a lot about this particular character, but yeah, good quality book. Good quality book. Good quality figure. All joints are still working and whatnot. So yeah, not bad at all. I like him. I love this one. So this is Leech. Again, one of Horak's guys. Love this figure. This is one of the ones where you push the back, and he's got basically a suction action, so you can stick him to stuff. Oh, like that. Yeah. And he sucks onto stuff and suckers on his hands as well. So that's Leech. Love him. He's a tremendous figure. Really cool. We've then got one of my favorites, which is Buzz-Off. Comes with his little axe. His little axe has been chewed to hell by a child or a dog or something. But the actual figure himself is pretty good. Comes with his little helmet thing. So I think he's complete with his axe, even though the axe isn't in the best of condition. But again, nice figure. I think about £3. Can't argue with that, can you? So pleased with him. We've then got Man E Faces. Now, he didn't come with these. I think he had a gun originally. But again, quite a nice figure. And all these different actions work. Again, not a character I remember a great deal about. But yeah, another cool figure. We've then got one of my favourites, Roboto. Only comes with the axe hand, so there should be a couple more attachments. I might try and pick them up on eBay, or if anybody's selling them, let us know in the comments. His action moves, so the gears and stuff turn inside when you move them. Again, not bad at all. Paintwork on all of these figures, for them being old figures, is pretty good. And then my favourite, one of my favourites, good old Man-at-Arms, good old Duncan. Good quality figure, that one. Comes with his mace, his hammer thing. Only thing I think I'm missing from him is I'm pretty sure he's supposed to have something on his legs, a bit of armor on his legs. So again, if anybody's selling them or knows of anyone selling them, let us know. But that's again another good figure. And like I say, about £3-4. I mean, I cannot grumble at that. The seller is going to come back to the next fair, which will be February time, and told us they'll bring a load more He-Man figures. So fingers crossed, I'll pick up some good stuff on that trip, because I'll definitely be going back. So didn't get any Thundercats, which was a bit disappointing, and I am looking for some Visionaries and things like that, or Sectors. I like them as well. Yeah, good stuff. So like I say, lots and lots of comic sellers. So I spent more on comics than I did on toys. Picked up a mixture of what I would class as key books and minor key books, and also a few series that I haven't read before. All of these were at reasonable prices. So yeah, I think I did well. I filled my boots, as they say. So pick this up. This is a series I've not read. This is Zed Nation. I think it's Dynamite. Yeah, by Dynamite. This is the full series issue. Oh, sorry, it's issues 1 to 6. So looking forward to reading that and see what that's all about. This is issues 1 to 9 of Dark Ark. Again, never heard of it. What I do know about is I spotted that it's by Aftershock, who I really enjoy their series, and it's by Cullen Bunn, and he does some fantastic series. So interested to see what that's all about. And that's Dark Ark issues 1 to 9. Now, I just went a little bit nostalgia crazy, really, on the next store. I don't even know why I've picked these up. I think I just, yeah, shiny. That's all I can say, really, shininess. So this is X-Men Alpha from the Age of Apocalypse series. It's got a tremendous foil cover. Spotted this and just thought I haven't got one of them, and I do like a shiny foil cover. So I picked that up, very, very reasonable price. I don't think there's much collectability in these books, but they just look nice, don't they? I like the foil covers. So that's X-Men Alpha. Picked up X-Men Omega, again, foil cover. This is a brilliant story if anybody's not read it. In this bit, I haven't opened it to have a read yet, but I'm pretty sure this is the issue where Magneto faces off against Apocalypse, and there's an absolutely amazing scene how he gets rid of Apocalypse. If you know what I'm talking about, put a mention in the comments. But yeah, brilliant series that. And then this one, I remember reading again, shiny look. I remember reading this back in the day. This is where Sabretooth, they were trying to, I think, get Sabretooth to be a good guy, and he goes nuts, basically, from memory. So yeah, another shiny copy of Sabretooth. You know, I'm into my blank copies at the moment, so spotted this Superior Spider-Man team up. Don't think I've got this one. I don't think I've got it. Loved the Superior Spider-Man storyline, so pick this up to get a remark or a bit of artwork done in it when the opportunity arises. And again, that was really reasonable priced. Again, bit of nostalgia, and I picked 2 copies of this, and I don't know why. I don't even know if it's 2 different stories, you know. Anyway, this is Marvel Onslaught. Again, I have read this. I've got the poster and all the rest of it. I didn't know those 2 versions. So there's a version there with the old mask off, and then there's a version there with the mask on. I haven't opened them up yet to see if it's the same comic. I think it's the same comic. Maybe it was just 2 variant editions, or a variant edition, sorry. I haven't got a clue. But anyway, 2 copies of X-Men Onslaught. Hang on. That's how I see. Switch your brain on, Peter, man. That's X-Men Onslaught. That's Marvel Universe Onslaught. 2 totally different comics. Shows how well I looked at them. 4, just like the cover, got the Guardians of the Galaxy and the original Guardians that I really like. And I think he's called Drago, I think. Thor from the Future. So that's a reader, really. My friend James Mack from MJ Comics picked up a copy of this a little while ago on a business trip, and it's shiny. So I had to have a copy as well, just because James has got a copy. I think I only paid £1 for that, so not bad. Turok #1, again, nice shiny cover. Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider, paid a little bit more for this one, but I liked the cover, and it's the first issue of Ghost Spider, and it's a nice clean copy. So yeah, got that one. Don't know if this is a key or not. Star Wars High Republic. I know nothing about Star Wars books, but I seem to be seeing this particular copy and cover everywhere I look. And this was 50 pence. So I picked it up. So let us know if I'm getting a good deal on that. Like I say, I don't know if it's a key or not. I like just the look of this one. This is Nightmares on Elm Street, #1. Bit of Freddy Krueger action going on there. So like that one. I'm trying to whisper because the wife's not, but I dropped a bit of a bollock on this one. So this is Marvel Superheroes. This is probably the most expensive book I bought when I was there. And I bought it because it says signed by Stan Lee on the bottom there. It's not signed by Stan Lee. It's basically a brochure for some fine art prints that Stan Lee sold a while ago. There's some lovely artwork in it. And it I will put some pictures up of this one, of the artwork inside, but it's not signed by Stan Lee, so I probably paid too much for this. There you go. I should have probably looked at it. I know nothing about it. I can't find it on eBay, so I'm just guessing I paid too much for it. So if anybody knows anything about these, like I say, I'll be putting images up on the screen. If anybody knows anything about them, let us know, and let us know what I think the rough value is. And I'll see if I'm going to cry or not, because I paid £50 for it. Anyway, there we are. I've heard a lot of good things about this. Undiscovered Country graphic novel. Picked that up for £1, I think it was. So I shall have a bit of a read of that one, see what that's all about. See, I told you about loads. I think this is a bit of a steal. Paid £1.50 for this. Captain America 354. This is from Panel Pages, who was tremendous, excellent stall. Picked up a few good bits from him. I'm pretty sure this is either the first time John Walker wears the US agent costume or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's a US agent key. But yeah, £1.50. Couldn't grumble with that one. Hot book at the moment. Paid under £20 for it. Prices on these books, I have to say, at the end when he totalled it all up, he gave us a discount, so I didn't pay 20 quid for it. I think I probably paid about £18 or something. It's a lovely copy. Spider-Man 2099. We all know this has gone a bit nuclear of late because of the appearance of him in the Spider-Verse trailer. Haven't got a copy. Red foil, shiny cover. I like a bit shine, so pick that up. Really like it. So that's a nice looking book. Variant edition of Astonishing X-Men #17. It's the black and white version. Again, bit of a sketch cover just for us to get some art put on that at some point. Ooh. Amazing Spider-Man. 30th anniversary issue 365 with the poster intact. Paid 20 quid for this, or around 20 quid. It's got, as far as I can see, one spine tick on it. So it's a really hard book, this, to get in a decent grade. I've got three copies of it now, so I'm going to send them all off and just see what I get back. Hoping this is a high grade, but yeah, pick that up. Lovely book. Very pleased to see that in the long boxes when I was having a bit flick through. Pick this one up as well. Deathlock complete series 1 to 4. First appearance of this version of Deathlock. I think I paid £5 for that. It's all of the hardbacks there. It's a great story. If you haven't read it, really recommend reading it. But again, bit of a key first appearance of this version of Deathlock. So again, nice little set. Love this next one. Pick this up. This is a very old Thundercats and the Ghost Warriors. It's one of those old D&D type books where you basically... Where's Jogger? You basically do an action and then you choose what you're going to do next. And it tells you what page to turn to. So that kind of story. Not seen those before from a Thundercats point of view, so really like that. And I paid 50 pence for it. So over the moon with that one. Loved it. Next one was interesting, and I'm literally going to rapidly go through these because I haven't got a clue what they are. At this convention, you had your mix of guys who knew what the comics were. So places like Panel Pages, had an idea, rough idea of the value, even though I think they are undervalued they've sold them for a lower price, shall I say. And then we had people who basically, I think, didn't really have a clue. So, for example, this guy was selling a big pile of comics, and he's stuck a nice big sticker over the cover there to tell you how much they are. So he had this pile of books, all them, pound a comic. I had a quick flick through, and there wasn't anything that particularly floated my boat. So he said, well, make us an offer. And I said, oh, you're all right, mate, I'm not interested. So then he said, well, I'll give you them all for £5. So, I mean, I know there's a canny few books there. So I just said yes. I said yes. And we got The Boys, Grim Fairy Tales, Myths and Legends, Northlanders, Black Widow, Northlanders, The Return, Iron Maiden, another Iron Maiden, Lady Mechanica, complete story, collecting issues 1 and 2. I'll read that if it's good. Elephant Man, Killing Season, Strike Force 1, Ultimate Fantastic Four 25, Samurai's Blood, Secret Invasion, Dark Reign, Turf 4, never heard of that one. Godstorm, that looks interesting. A fair few Vampirella books. He likes his Vampirella. Bah, that's a healthy young lady. Another Vampirella. Grim Fairy Tales, Myths and Legends. Inferno. Stingers. Wastelanders. Another Samurai book. An Inferno book. Velocity. Hack/double feature. And House of M Avengers. So, massive lot of books there for a £5, so I'm not going to grumble at that. I don't know if there's anything decent in that lot, so in the comments, drop us a line if you've spotted anything that I haven't, that you think is good. What I'll probably do with them is give them away at some point, or add them to some future giveaway or something like that, because I don't think there's much there that I would particularly want to keep. So that's your whack. So what do I think of that? I think that was an absolutely tremendous toy fair. I'll definitely be going back, and I would certainly prioritise going back to that over going back to the comic convention, because the comic convention doesn't sell comics, whereas the toy fair sells comics. So there we are. So that's your whack. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Catch you next time.